Hi, I am Cager, not on two wheels, maybe on a stretcher, and let's talk about my accidents. As you know, let me just move this part so I can, much better. I've been involved in an accident. I'm going to explain to you guys how it happened. Sorry for the radio silence, but I really needed to recuperate because I am a bit banged up. So, first things first, let's go. What happened? What was the crash? Well, the crash actually happened with a thing I already knew I was doing wrong, and I always did wrong. And I have thought several times that when I'm going to crash, it's going to be because of this. So here's what happened. So I was going to work, I was entering a highway, and in front of me is a big semi-truck, an 18-wheeler, okay, a 40-ton truck, right in front of me. And I'm with the test ride machine, which was a Versus 300 from Moto. And as we are going into the highway, we're still on the accelerating lane. On the shoulder, I see red pins, the VLC symbol, you know, along the shoulder, cutting off the shoulder, and then a plaque on the ground saying accident. This is usually used by cops to denote that the lane ahead is cut. So on that moment, I knew the lane ahead, which of the three lanes of the highway, the rightmost one, was going to get cut. So I was here behind the truck, so I immediately jumped into this one. Over the shoulder, fine, okay, mirror, fine, and jump into the middle lane. At that moment, as soon as I go into the middle lane, and I arrive at the middle lane, I look around, okay, safe, no one behind me, look ahead, and the truck is also moving, because the right lane is cut, so he's moving, and he's moving quite aggressively. He just signaled, and off he went. So now, and this was all in, say, 3 seconds, so now I have to make a choice. Either I stay where I am, and I'm going to have to brake because the truck is going to stop here, like half a meter in front of me, and it's a big truck, so I can't see ahead. I don't know what he's going to do, so I feel uncomfortable. I do not want to stay here while he changes over onto my lane right in front of me. So either I brake and brake hard and am likely going to get rammed from behind, or I change lanes again. So I decide, let's change lanes again. And this was all in, say, 3 seconds, like, okay, change lane, like, okay, change lane, okay, uh-oh, you know, I have to decide. So I go shoulders check, fine. I go check the mirror, oh, there's a car there, nah, not safe. I look ahead, and suddenly there's a van in front of me, like 10 meters away from me. What happens is that this van that was so far away that it did not register, it was like way up ahead in front or next to the cab of the truck, braked hard to let the truck in. And so when I looked ahead again, suddenly I had a van in front of me. I was going 80 kilometers per hour, and I had a van nearly stopped, going like 20. And this was like 3-4 car lengths, not more than that. I only had time to clamp onto the brakes because my fingers were already on the brakes. I cannot believe this is happening to a test drive machine, and I actually did not have time to think that because halfway through the thought I hit the van. So you can see how fast that was. I had like half a second to do things. And now we're going to slow motion. As soon as, hang on, let me just loosen this up. I can do this video now because I can move this arm finally, because on the first few days I couldn't even do this. This was very painful. So I'm like this. And going slow motion, I ram the van from behind. It was a Fiat Doblo with rear windows. So I ram the van. The handlebars go like this. And that's probably when I broke my arm. The nurse said it's a very normal fracture when the arm is pulled forward and then snaps back and it breaks the arm. So it went like this. And I got pulled like this, and then I fell this way, and I went head first into the van window. This whole side hit the side of the door, and my head went into the window. One moment later, I open my eyes, and I'm like this, the window's here, and I'm grabbing onto the window like this as hard as I can. The bike falls over and pulls me back down, so I fall down on the ground, and then I'm off spinning, hitting the van, which is stopping. Another car goes past and hits the bike from behind and throws the bike onto me again and keeps on going, and that was just about it. So, damage. My arm is broken. It is a clean break of the radius about here, like so. From the x-rays, it's like a clean break. I've broken a lot of bones, but this one was the most painful so far. Unbelievable, because my leg should have been a lot more painful, but it wasn't. I've broken 3 ribs. I've broken my leg. I've broken this arm twice when I was a kid. I've broken my nose 3 times. I've broken a finger. Didn't even go to the hospital when I put the side stand of the bike on my little finger on my right foot. I know that was a break because, well, I know the, the pain by now. So yeah, this arm is broken, as you can see, obviously. Okay, it's cast. Yeah. My knee is all fucked up. There's something wrong with my knee. It doesn't stretch. It goes like this and then it stops. And it hurts like a bitch. And if I'm like this with my knee and I move sideways, it hurts a lot, a whole lot. So I've already done an MRI to the knee. Don't have the results yet, but the doctor says it's possible that there's something wrong with it internally and I might need to get surgery. Fingers crossed that it's not, but I think I'm going to need it because, well, the arm is getting better and better and better. I can grab things with the arm now, which is amazing. Let me see if I can grab my head. Oh, holy shit, that hurts. With a bit of pain. Ow. With a bit of pain I can, but, well, a week ago this was absolutely impossible, okay? 2 weeks ago I couldn't even touch. This would get me howling. Just tapping the fingers would get me absolutely howling. So the arm gets better and better. My ankle is also very hurt, but it's fine. It's just from the torsion and the amazing hit it got. The knee is all busted. The only reason I'm here talking to you guys is because when I ride, I usually look like this. And by usually, I mean every single day, that's how I look. And so because of wearing the full kit, and I was wearing the 4-season jacket, the 4-season pants, these boots here, these, the TCX boots, because it was raining, and obviously my winter gloves, and obviously the helmet. That's the only reason I'm talking to you guys. Because if it wasn't for the hip pads and the shoulder pad, the knee pads, and these boots, what would have happened that I would probably have broken something, or at least severely bruised my hip. I would have most definitely lost the knee completely, would have been shattered, and my ankle would be broken for sure. Just look. Do you see the deformation here? See how this thing went in? Let me see if I can find the other one. Can't see the other boot though. I'll show you pictures. I have a side-by-side picture, but just look at the deformation on this. This thing, the bike fell on this and it just deformed inwards. Also protected my feet from abrasion. Guys, all the gear, all the time. This is the helmet. If I can grab it. See? I went head first through a window. Pretty cool. Nice helmet. I would give it a perfect 5 out of 7. Would crash again. Seriously, guys. The only reason I'm here in one piece, sort of, okay, 2 pieces, it's the gear. It mitigated so much damage you would not believe. I had 2 days afterwards, I had a big bruise here sideways, exactly where the knee pad, the elbow pad and the shoulder pad do not protect, because I went sideways into the van, so it crushed here, it crushed here, and my arm hit after all this deformation. So it was just a bruise. If it wasn't for the elbow pads and the shoulder pad, this would be broken, this would be broken, and this would likely be broken. I would be just smashed on the right side. Complete I went 80 kilometers per hour into a wall. Okay? Gear all the time. Seriously. I know pants are a pain in the ass to put. I know the boots. Look, I have to wear a suit to work. Do you know how bad it is to have to change from these into dress shoes? Do you have any idea how annoying that is? I'm doing it every single day, forever. I can walk because of this boot, okay? So yeah, I am an example of what not to do. I always done this wrong. What did I do wrong? Simple. I did a shoulder check, and then I looked into the mirror, and then I looked forwards. Wrong. You shoulder check, forwards. Mirror, forward. Oh, hang on, there was a car there. Mirror again, forwards. Because if I had shoulder checked, then looked forward, I could see the van was braking, and I could do things. I just took too long shoulder checking and checking the mirror. Took about 1 full second, and when I looked forward, it was too late. So that's it, the crash. I was not filming, sorry guys, I had just stopped filming. Oh, and about the bike, whenever we go do a test ride, we sign a paper saying that any damage or fines are the responsibility of the driver. So I'm going to have to pay the repairs. Suspension, the front suspension is broken, the front mudguard is broken, the front optic, the glass in front of the light bulb is broken, and the left side is all scratched up, like many of the side plastics. Nothing on the engine, thankfully. Peeled pegs, the lever, the normal hit wear and tear from a bike that falls left and slides over. Fortunately, the guys over at Ramimoto are absolutely awesome, and they just said, listen, do not worry about costs, we'll talk about it, we'll figure something out. Okay, so what I got is that I am not actually going to pay, they're going to absorb this cost, which is mind-blowing. They're going to forgive, okay, I broke their bike, my fault, and they're going to forgive a huge amount of money that I have just made them spend, because that bike's going to be expensive to repair, and they don't have the bike to test for people to test ride. And they were fine with it. They were like, are you okay? Yes, but I broke your bike. Fuck the bike. Are you okay? Yes, I'm kinda okay. Good. We'll talk about it later. Don't worry about anything. For all other vloggers doing this, don't expect the same treatment. I have a very good relationship with Ramimoto. Plus, if someone else does what I just did, they can't keep absorbing costs, so the next guy is going to get screwed. So don't crash test drive machines, please, guys. But I'll have to talk to them. I'm going to have to make it up to them somehow, because that was a lot of money. Man, I almost died. It was a highway. I was not run over by like literally this much, because that's where the car passed, like here next to me. Well, so that's it. Cager, just Cager for now, is out.